whether it's 10 years' time, but just not to be ignored. I don't think we can do it.
Right, but it
next
recognises that comments sort of say that it's more than just putting in curb and channeling. If there's a road redesign, widening, changing, that and will mean, you know, a change in footpaths as well. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done, but recognise that it's, you know, not just whipping up there, putting some curb and channeling in.
It's not all of
There'd
it.
be a reasonable amount of rental of rates income come from that street with the increased housing and on it. So
It's not all of Medfield Street, because some of it's been done down past the Jehovah's Witness Church and things like that. It's been done. It's been upgraded with a new house, so it's
only the little.
yeah, it's only a little bit around the corner past John Stevens, and then it's curb and channel again. So it's not the full length of it.
Oh no, it's just first
Like 300 metres.
So that
And on the
we
other side,
recognise it's there. Mr Anderson, can you therefore recognise that we can't do it in this next annual plan, but we take it on board and you can come forward with some costings
for a long-term future.
Yeah, long-term plan.
Yeah, long-term plan.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You know, we've said for a long time we haven't doing it, but okay, you can't keep saying 30 years ago you went bankrupt, now the world has to move on. You know, I mean, we did some work on the corner when the guy ran off with his scooter, and got lost in the gully. We didn't find him for a day. You know, we did correct that a little bit. He now only gets lost for a few hours. All right. The arrangement there for clean heat. Thank you for that, and we will continue on doing that. Lake Moananui, again, this is the starter, and whether you wish to deal with it now in terms of testing for E. coli or wait until you look at the Friends of the Lake submission. It is unfortunate that there has been incidents of bullying up there and some bad language that has taken place, both I know to our staff and to others, but that's the real world. That's the real world that unfortunately now takes place. So do you wish to deal with the concept of water testing now, or leave it to the Friends of the Lake?
Bishop, I see no value in testing for E. coli if we can not act on it. Again,
all right, okay, we're dealing with it now. It's Councillor Van Rooyen's sort of thing there, you know, if you're going to test for it, you better do something else.
It's just a waste of money. Testing.
Right, please, waste of money. Agree? Anybody
So
say?
we have got signs warning, like I'd hate for someone who's pregnant or something to go in there and get some dreadful disease and they've got sued or something for it.
Yeah.
But have we got signs saying that
So
it may contain?
Yeah.
But sometimes people think that just means that it's deep or something. Like I just know some councils have signs that it may contain blah blah blah.
Make that comment though, you have to test them.
Yeah, we don't.
Go for the same scenario.
In fact, all right, it's not currently tested and swim, that's the comment. The Timber Museum, you will receive a submission at the end. The Taru Playground, the park next to Plunkett needs a toilet facility. It's 50 yards over the road.
I suppose if it's
It's Garden Memories that she's talking about earlier, isn't it? In that area.
yeah, just
It's next door. You've got the playground, the WDF room, the Garden of Memories, across the road into the toilets.
Yes.
she could hire the bridge club and she would have access.
No? She hires the bridge club. All right? There are no plans to build another toilet. Before I depart this job as Mayor, I'm going to count how many toilets that this administration has built.
Your administration.
Huh?
So your administration.
Yeah. I include my term as Rotary. We built them at the Timber Museum, we built them at the Crossing, we built them at Balance Reserve. You know, we've got a toilet fetish. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
The first comment under Shireen Murray's, is that necessary? I know it's history, but
That won't go into the decision letter, so that's just a part of the report to help your decision making.
Thank you, right, that's a comment, it's not going in the letter.
No, it's the first
Thank
part
you.
there, the
That's
first
all right.
part there before it
That's what I
comes
was
to
getting
comments. All right? All right? Paul Dykstra's walkway, cycleway needed on Overdale Road. Councillor Ancient, what's NZTA and the regional cycling strategy or walkway strategy? What is that? Where is that today? And are they looking at finding any money out of NZTA, in terms of rural walkways or cycleways?
I think that the little bit I do know about it, and I can't answer your whole question, I would jump in with joy a bit when the government announced recently that there was money for these things, but it looks to me like all of the money's going to go down to South Island. And of course there are a number of other councils in the Greater Waikato area who are also looking to get money.
Yeah.
So it'll be a bit of a lottery, I feel.
I've given this quite a bit of thought, and I know Paul reasonably well. He's been a Boy Scout leader and volunteers in the community. And looking along Overdale Road, there's quite a bit of road verge in places. I simply think, could we approach Paul and see if he can get some volunteers and simply do some mowing along the road verge? There is footpaths up till where
The end of the old borough.
yeah, and past there. I think if the road verge was mowed to indicate this is where you can walk, where you can run, at very little cost, I think it would add quite an amenity. Because
So you're saying that, okay, I mean, I've driven out there a couple of times to go out to Peter Young's, and there, people do use it. It is one of the ones that is used, but there's some bad corners with some overgrowth on them. So we're going back in there and saying, we have no immediate plans to do it, but we welcome working with you and a group of volunteers to improve it, or what?
yeah, something like that. Plant the idea, and if people don't take it up, well, we've tried, we haven't lost anything, but...
We're pulling the...
What does
Yeah,
that mean?
Paul,
What does that mean?
It means that if they want to mow it, they can do it. We'll let them go on the verges and cut it.
But we're not offering any.
No, we're not offering anything else. All right? Then okay, that if you've got people there doing it, we have no problems with you becoming part of a volunteer group to create the walkway there beyond that, but we have no money to do it at present. Happy? All right?